would see people be like, "Oh, I'm working from home," and I'd be like, "God damn, I wish I could work from home." And like, it was never a possibility in my mind. It was never like, "Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I'll get to work from home."
You're right. Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
so you know, that would be awesome.
You could work
I
remotely.
feel like that could turn into a really slippery slope by turning those kind of jobs into gig economy jobs, though.
Yeah.
And that's not fun.
Yeah, and you don't want to. I don't want to end up in like a Wall-E situation where people just like never
Yeah.
leave or anything like that. That's what I'm thinking. But you're right. Also, I didn't even think is that it becomes like who's willing to do it for the cheapest, who's a micro money, per usage of some sort of piece of equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting shit.
Well, thanks for calling, Window. We got to get this last caller in. So we
Wait,
go
can I say one more thing?
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
get
go
in
for
there.
it.
Okay, if you guys are having problems finding venues in Nashville, please look at Memphis because we're kind of the better city.
I do. I like Memphis.
We might try to do that. We might have to
Come hang out at the Giant Pyramid Bass Pro Shop.
We'll see if we can find a place quickly. If we can't figure it out, maybe we will just go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only been. I stayed there briefly on my move from Dallas to DC and stayed in this big old house for, not very much money, and it was pretty cool. I want to go see all the historical stuff out there. I'm totally a nerd for all the rock and roll shit, and I want to see it.
The Lorraine Motel is pretty cool, but okay, so I'm in DC right now, and it's just so weird. Like, all these buildings are so brutalist, and the government is really weird, just staring at me in my face.
Yeah, it's imposing. But there is a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a lot of really. There's some pretty historical, like nightclub scenes and like the hardcore scene, and there is a lot of cool places to dig into. I love DC.
I just went to this place called Rhizome, and it's a pretty experimental place, I guess, and I saw some cool. So it was 3 sets. It was a drone / ambient set. Then it was people like just cold calling people in the middle of their set, get over beeps and boops.
Woo! That's sick.
And then the 3rd set was a girl writing poetry that was projected on the, and she was just typing it on her computer.
Window, I'm so jealous. Oh my gosh.
So that was cool. And then I'm been to check out Ben's Chili Bowl. I heard that's a great spot.
Yeah, that's a classic one. I never got a chance because I don't do that. I don't eat that stuff.
Yeah, and then I'm volunteering with Food Not Bombs next weekend.
Nice.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, they have a great radical community there. We were there for the J20, and a lot of people were there. And I know, and there's a lot of history of communal housing there. There's a lot going on in DC. It's a great fucking city.
Cool. Well, thank you guys for having me on.
Yes. Peace out.
The main reason I called was because if anyone who's gone through the Ramtech programs, like if anyone's gone through those, please let me know and email me like your experiences, or I'll set up a time to call with you. My email is jill.johnson@ieee.org.
Okay.
All right.
You know what's awesome? You cut out for a second, but then you came back and started it over like you knew you cut out. You are outfoxing the NSA here.
Yeah, you've done it. You've done it, Window.
Have a good night.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, let's get this last one done, and it's no more call-in shows till the 23rd.
Last call for a while. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Make it good.
Another call from the general area. I'm in Baltimore.
What's up? How you doing today?
Love these coastal elites.
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm okay. You gonna vote for Michaela Wilkes? 2020.
I would if I was in her district. I looked it up, and I'm in Baltimore. It looks like she's around PG or Charles County, so it's kind of different.
Well,
okay.
But I don't know if I have the community too. But it sounds awesome.
That could work.
She sounds cool as hell to me. What?
Yeah.
So what's up?
Not much. I thought I'd just kind of give you guys a brief snapshot of my experience being a young, scrappy graphic designer in Baltimore.
Okay.
So I think, yeah, I've had a good time living here. I grew up in Silver Spring, so I was kind of like more familiar with the DC area. And then moving up here, it's like, I feel like Baltimore is like a little brother city to like Philly and DC, and it's similar in a lot of ways, but maybe like the way things were 20 or so years ago, like in DC,
Sure.
where it's like, it's very, very segregated in a lot of ways, which sucks. And obviously like a lot of shit's fucked up, but, there's a lot of cool art scenes and stuff happening.
Right.
Yeah, but it's been good. There's a really good comedy scene, kind of like burgeoning in the past few years, and I actually met you guys at a show in DC a little while ago, and I gave you one of my notebooks that I made.
I have it
It's,
sitting on my dresser.
Yeah.
That is sitting on my nightstand next to my bed. I
Yeah,
see it every
sweet.
day.
Yeah, so that's my side like passion project is making those notebooks. It's called Wonder Books, and yeah, I designed one for stand-up comedy, and I make them for like artists, and sometimes I screen print artists work on it and stuff. So I'm just kind of like trying to get that up and running. But yeah, I struggle with that question of becoming a small business owner, and like, you know, that's what I really want. I want that success, but with it, it's like I would love to be successful and be able to be an employer, but in a good way. So I don't know. I'm still dealing with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is hard to be. I mean, that's like one of the things is like trying to employ people is like it sucks because you want to do it earlier than you can afford to do it. And I think that is where a lot of people run into problems. It's like if the job is to, I mean, me and Brett were packing those zines and T-shirts and stuff, just me and him.
Yeah. So our
for-
backs were fucking aching.
Yeah, till our backs hurt for a really long time before we could afford. We started making enough to pay people to do it because it just. I mean, I didn't feel right hiring somebody and not paying them anything. Like I felt like I needed. I mean, you know, with Street Fight. It's more of a second job we hire people specifically that have a full-time job. So it's more than like a second, it's more of just a second job for them so that they don't depend on us for healthcare and shit. Cause we don't even have it for ourselves. But like the instinct with Street Fight very early on was like, God, I wish we could hire somebody to do this or this or this. But we just powered through until we were making enough to pay them enough money to then hire them. I mean, that's the best. I mean, that's how we did it. That's not how. I mean, maybe that's not practical. I think there's also a possibility at times that that's not practical.
Well, I mean, it's where things are building. I mean, eventually things boil over to the point where you got enough money to start putting it towards that, and you just got to make it work. You know. I mean, you find out.
Yeah.
You find out whether you can sink or swim.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. There's something to like collaborating with people who have a skill set or something they can offer that you can sort of trade or like put parts together. Like one person has a film background and somebody has like a comedy background. I feel like there's a lot of like collaboration that can be done in a scene like that. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I try to like make stuff for bands that I like just find something that I'm inspired by and try to like get them to like make a poster just for fun. And just get my stuff out there because I feel like just sort of like acting in goodwill just kind of like gets you to like gets more things coming your way.
It absolutely does. That's how you make your own miracle. That really is how you make your. That's the secret to it. Is you just have to put out. You know, you have to be doing work to attract it. You have to be doing more than just expecting somebody to make things happen for you or to make that connection. You know, you gotta. You know, there's some. I mentioned this in one of the High Five Fridays. Is that there's somebody I know that I say is like always doing 51% of the relationship. Like whenever we get together, he will bring me like one beer that he thought I would really like, or he'll find like a sticker that he thought was funny and he'll bring it to me. And like whatever it is, he's just always doing more. I feel like I owe him. But, you know, he's not doing it to like sun me or anything or to make me he's just like just does that as like as a you know part of his, you know, habit, and he's a really successful guy, and I think that's why, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's always hard to kind of differentiate where some, like, because obviously if you're more privileged, it's easier to get into opportunities that you can kind of attribute to certain things. But I think just having goodwill, like I said, like, kind of gives you more of a shot, like, at making it or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
with the whole who you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
And then, I mean, and it comes to, like, for some of the younger people out there, I mean, when, some of the connections you make with when you're 25, the people that the people that you do favors for, the acquaintances you have, 5 or 10 years later, when they come into their own and have careers and become, fully realized people that have things they can do for you, they're allies and can help level you up and boost your situation.
yeah.
Just how it
And
goes.
I mean, yeah, like listening to you guys for a while and seeing what like Memes TV is doing, where you have experience in the just the corporate world or whatever, and you still have enough of a vision of how things could be outside of that you can kind of like think creatively enough to make a model for something that doesn't exist yet. I just think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we're at. I mean, that's where we're at. We're giving it a shot, doing what we can, and it's all there for the taking. It just takes effort, time, it takes like not binge watching something every night of the week. You just got to put your time and effort towards rad, cool shit that's outside the mainstream, that goes beyond, a fucking deal from a major network or requires like a stamp of authority from the people that are in charge of shit. You can bypass it all these days.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I'm still, like I said, I'm just like, I do freelance and stuff, and I'm trying to make a living at this, like, at these business ventures. And there's something like, it's kind of fun to have fun with it. Like, if I have to make a business, what do I want to be putting out into the world? Like, I don't want to just be making stuff that's just going to get thrown away or whatever. So I like stuff like notebooks that's kind of constructive or like makes your life better, or it's just something that somebody put passion into. So yeah, I mean that's what I like to put out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You got to just follow that, and just don't listen to anybody else that tells you that you shouldn't. I mean, do what feels right for you and make it happen, and put good shit into the world. Thanks for calling. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Have a good night. All right, that is Street Fight for a few weeks now. You're gonna get some. What kind of shows we got?
We got Gwen and Brett and me. We got our wives on the show. We got Kumar Salahi with me for an hour. We have Leslie Lee the third with me for an hour.
We did a Q&A.
And we did a Q&A, and then there will be one more, but I do not know what that's going to be.
I'm supposed to do it. I haven't done it yet.
It will be done by the end of this week.
Yeah, I can do it. I can do it by the time it's due.
And that's,
thanks for tuning in.
Shows, they'll be great.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We're going to have coming up, we have the sex zine, we have the law zine, we have the alcohol zine, we have
Dreams and failures.
Dreams, failures. So many zines on the way. If you want more content, if you want to give money to us and our organization so that we can keep this thing moving to bigger and better places, head over to patreon.com/streetfightradio. You can do a monthly donation to have access to bonus audio, bonus video, bonus zines. All of it's over there. And then if not, I mean, you can still sign up. I do the High Five Friday thing. It's totally free if you just sign up for the emails on Patreon. But that's where a lot of the extra stuff is at. Other than that, we're going to keep it rolling with, shows on iTunes and Pods Snatcher and, Bean Droid or whatever the names of the apps you use, that I just can't help you with troubleshooting with anymore. We will see you on Wednesday, right?
We will one more show.
Live stream on Wednesday.
Vacation, and then Friday night.
Yes.
Before we leave.
Yes.
We are going to walk off stage, and we are going to be on vacation. But if you're near or around Columbus, Ohio, you want to see us live, you want to hang out with us and party, Next Friday, the 29th at the Short North Stage. Go to store.streetfight.com and buy tickets. I promise we're going to kick ass.
This Friday coming up, June 28th. We are Street Fight. Peace.
Peace.